Music is one of the things that gives Power Rangers its identity. People beloved the MMPR theme, and it's one of the most simplistic songs ever made. So much that it's been reused for nearly a decade. Ron Wasserman has come up with amazing stuff, but the background music gets ignored a lot. It's unfortunate. There's a lot of great tunes and character themes created in the scores. Fun and slapstick with Trip, blazing action themes when the Lightspeed Super Train transforms. One of my personal favorite things about a score is when the composer can shape the show's opening theme and make it work for the character. A depressing moment where all hope is lost, just hearing the faint cue under them gives you that feeling that they can do it. Good music is very important to Power Rangers. It can save scenes that fall flat. And here's an example. Wheel of Misfortune. It's your standard MMPR episode, but it's the first time the Ultra Zord is formed. That was a lackluster reveal. It was no big moment, but I still enjoy it because of the MMPR theme. Thank you Mechadroid209 for this topic. If you have an idea or a topic you'd like me to cover, leave a comment down below. I might pick it one day.
Power Rangers Samurai.
Noam has been doing the music starting with Samurai. People have been criticizing him due to the lack of quality. I agree, the scores have felt very underwhelming for years, but I did like his work on Samurai. Series came back, it was brand new, and he did use stuff from MMPR. It was a bit odd to use Rita's theme with Master Xandred's villains, but I get where he was going with that. Nostalgia is one, but Xandred did throw back to Rita. Headaches, hating on monsters failing, mainly staying out of battles. Jaden had a training theme, I always called it Must Not Fail. The girls had fun stuff like when they were looking for clothes, Mia when she cooked bad, even Bulk and Spike had a theme, but it was rarely used. I never got why. I think if Keneal would get to score more original work rather than keep dipping into his stock, seasons could be better. But he also needs to step up his Zord fight music. There's just no impact whenever they get a new Zord combo or form Ultra Zords.
Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
I like to say Lightspeed specialized on its dark tunes. The times when the Rangers were fighting in the dumps, the Aqua base flooding and falling apart, it was pretty spooky at times. How on earth are they going to get out of this mess? Carter screwing up in the test field, not understanding why he failed. The music made him feel small. It's a mistake that can cost lives. Captain Mitchell finding out Ryan is working with Diabolico. Ryan fighting who he's supposed to be, good or bad. The cursed tattoo killing him, the asteroid mission. Then the show can turn 360 with Joel goofing off in the base, trying to get Fairweather on a date. That's what I liked about Lightspeed's music. They got fun with serious to work. Even Diabolico got some nice stuff. While he brainwashed Ryan, the music playing there felt like it was pounding on Ryan. Listen to Diabolico. You know he's right. You don't need other humans. They betrayed you, threw you away. Being evil's fun.
Power Rangers in Space.
This is on the list solely because of Andros, Karone, and Zordon. Space brought in a new music style to the series, no more of the electronic synth of the past. We lost the Earth powers for good, say goodbye to those days. While the music's fine, it wasn't amazing everywhere. It did its job, but just didn't stand out, except in key moments. They did some really good work with Andros' backstory and reveal of Karone. Power Rangers doesn't always do emotional scenes often, but they nailed it when Andros nearly killed his sister. The pain and suffering from him and Ecliptor can't be overlooked. He feels he let Zordon down. He always blamed himself for Zane. I would argue Andros is the strongest Ranger out there emotionally. When he destroys Zordon's tube to end this insanity, how would you feel when you have to kill your mentor and a friend to save the universe? Much like how Spock had to die to save the Enterprise. The music worked perfectly between these tough moments. It kept building when Bulk and Skull were ready to die for the planet. That's when the season became special. I love how they played it down that they revealed who the Rangers were. It didn't matter at that point. Astronomer's forces have to be stopped. It was that breakneck pace cementing countdown in history.
Power Rangers Turbo.
I grouped the series music in chunks. We have MMPR through Turbo, the electronic rock era, Space through Wild Force, the traditional music action era, the Disney era, and the Neo era. Whether Hasbro's Beast Morphers changes, we have to wait and see. Power Rangers Zeo, while a brand new season, it still felt very much like MMPR, continuing the same trend, the Zeo theme, the Gold Ranger theme, tweaks things here and there, but it might as well have been MMPR Season 4. Turbo went away from MMPR, which I was happy. The music felt like Cars. They loved throwing in chords that acted like revving. The Morph theme held on that beat as they inserted their keys. The mysterious Phantom Ranger tune, the Blue Centurion music. I always loved the Zord transformation song. The pirate theme for Divatox, where I liked when they even threw in music that goes dumb because Elgar Stupid transcends himself. This made me realize that Divatox and Captain Mutiny had more pirate themes and songs than Super Megaforce ever did.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
MMPR is remembered for its songs. The series really lost a part of itself when they abandoned lyrics. The one thing I appreciate particularly these songs is that they also worked amazingly well as instrumental versions. Zords, the main cue that's used when the Zords arrive and form the Megazord, works everywhere. It builds you up. It has a part when fighting a monster, then transitions to the Megazord formation. At no point does it let you go. It even works under basic fight scenes. That's what makes the tune memorable. You know we're watching Lord Zed with his bombastic dun 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 theme, which feels similar to the US President song. Maybe that's how Wasserman saw Zed. It's one of the problems Noel has. He can make good stuff. I like cues and themes in Samurai, but he produces this generic background music most of the time. When an Ultra Zord comes out, there's no oh yeah moment. It's just here's another part of the fight. I'm supposed to be pumped up for this, and it doesn't happen.
Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Lost Galaxy music also was new from In Space. It has more of a flair, focusing on fanfares. I enjoyed the Terra Venture theme, which is way too short. It's a good cue that buttons up scenes. Then we have the eerie music of Trakina, one of the things that was still used from In Space that gets carried over for the next few years. The composers had a tough time making music. You have two different themes, animals and space. You can't go too far in either direction. Imagine hearing drums from Jungle Fury over space shots. It would feel wrong. My favorite three cues is what I call the team song, the dun 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 dun. It's used over them morphing, the Megazord formation, finishers, the Western-like theme of the Magna Defender, Old West mixed with some sadness, either from the loss of his son or for the fact he crosses lines. Then the moment where Mike gets the powers, that transition from old Magna Defender to Mike's heroic theme. That's an example of perfect build-up and payoff of a new Ranger. I seriously miss this. The only time modern seasons have felt genuinely epic when the Rangers reveal themselves is in Once a Ranger, Legendary Battle, and Dimensions in Danger. They're superheroes. Heroic music is needed.
Power Rangers Wild Force.
I can love the music and hate the season. I'm surprised that the composers didn't go out with Animal Tribe themes, especially with Cole's background. It was an evolution of the music done in the past 4 years. That's why I prefer Wild Force over Jungle Fury's music. They kept the show lighthearted, besides Master Org, Cole's flashback, and the season finale. Those are the only times serious music was done. They adapted the theme song into a really nifty action cue instead of directly using the opening theme, which would have gotten annoying. The best music has to go to Cole's theme. It's always used as a payoff. Having personal themes really gives the extra feels when people come in at the last moment or when they come back to the series. I know Tommy has Go Green Ranger, Go White Ranger, but if he had his own background theme, hearing that come into the score, every fan would immediately know he was going to show up. Even if the shows can't always connect, having music that links in some fashion would help.
Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
I really wasn't a fan of Ninja Storm's music. It wasn't bad, but they heavily relied on stock music, some music I heard on Mythbusters. I know Dino Thunder did still use some of that, but they used it much less. The two composers for Dino Thunder did a really good job at getting the feel of MMPR. They didn't copy it, which I'm happy, but kept the ideas of evil themes for Mesogog, Zeltrax vs. Tommy, and some of the goofy nature stuff with the Rangers. It would remind me of the Juice Bar scenes and of course Cassidy and Devin to Bulk and Skull. I think they also got the drama part of the show right. When Pierre does those moments, the music doesn't always work because it's an action show, so when we have stuff like Haley and Calvin, they're stuck with recorded stuff from the first few episodes. They don't have the budget to score each one, so the music can't help pour moments out. I'll say I'm somewhat biased for putting Dino Thunder as my number 3, but Dino Thunder got nostalgia right. Dino Thunder also integrated the style of the opening theme into a majority of the score. The chords and tune all blend together. It helps greatly when they do use the show's theme song. Going from the morph to the song's theme for the Zord finishes flows great.
Power Rangers Mystic Force.
Even though I don't care for the season or the opening theme, its background music is the best part. Power Rangers does fall into the more of the same when it comes to its scores. You can't avoid that. When composers stay on for many years, they do come up with interesting themes, or I wouldn't have them on my list, but the style is always there. I can point out Ron Jones' music on TV shows just from what instruments the score uses. Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, and SPD flow together. Mystic Force broke away from that. I will give credit where credit's due. Almost all the characters have themes that identify them. Korag, Nick, the Raporium, Genji, Udana, and Claire. This is why I love uniqueness, because the season was magic-based. It made everyone think outside the box. Even the credits aren't the generic white. For all the complaints and faults it had, they knew how to make good fight scenes, and the music boosted those moments. From morphing, their roll call, legend mode, Daggeron nearly getting killed by Imperius, Claire going into her Zelda stuff, and my favorite fight scene from Dark Wish Part 2. Everything fell into place during that fight. The music surprisingly felt like MMPR in moments. It was a fight scene that went on 3 minutes straight without dumb one-liners. Have dumb, goofy stuff in PR, but when you need epic, do epic.
Power Rangers Time Force.
This season is loved for a lot of reasons. Music is a big part of that for me. It's one of the few seasons that covers everything. Katie's fear and want to return home, Trip trying to find Circuit, Jen and Wes and his father. There's personal moments for each important event. Who doesn't remember the music when Eric first becomes the Quantum Ranger? That guttural metallic bang as he stands in the fire. Even the music scores for the Megazord battles. There's this great 7-minute continuous score that covers Mode Red and Mode Blue, shifting styles like the Megazord. Even the one time when the Rangers used their fancy search glasses, that got a techno tune. It wasn't too much of a departure from Lightspeed Rescue, but they came up with some really good moments. One being Frax's reveal, that betrayal and naive nature of Ransik to when Frax realized Nadira was different and would break this mutant cycle of hatred. Then that ending cue when the team came back to 2001 heading back to save Wes's life. I love all kinds of music, rock, techno, heavy metal, synth, classical. It can motivate you in a lot of ways. Many times where I'm stuck editing videos for 10 hours, I would be listening to Metallica, Back to the Future score, Linkin Park, you name it. I'll be randomly humming the Turbo's Morph theme. Good music is good music. Going back through the episodes reminded me why I love PR. Music on Power Rangers gets overlooked so much. I would love if Hasbro and Lala Records could make a digital and physical collector set that contained all the music from the seasons. It would be an investment, probably have to be broken up into 3 volumes, but would be another way to release something similar to the Ultimate Guide. Read or maybe listen to why they did this or that. There's very little out there. We just have assorted CDs, some songs re-recorded by Disney, the 2 soundtracks from the 95 movie, the Turbo movie, the 2017 movie, the demo versions that the composers kindly released, and promotional samples released of Time Force and Overdrive score. That's all I've ever found. What are your opinions on the show's score? It's something that most people don't care about, but when it doesn't work right, you notice it. New episodes every Monday. Next week, I'll discuss dark episodes of Power Rangers where they push the Y7 rating to its potential.